first time I ever saw you, I fell in love when you entered the room. And when the light hit your face, we were just kids, but I knew right away that I will be with you until I stop breathing. I will keep loving you as long as my heart's beating. Oh, hold me close, promise you won't let go. I'm nothing without you, I don't know what I would do without you. You are the one I choose, I wanna grow old with you. I'm nothing without you, I don't know what I would do without you. I'm still in love with the way that you smile. And when I look in your eyes, I know that I will be with you the rest of my life. I will be with you until I stop breathing. I will keep loving you as long as my heart's beating.
Good morning. Out on a bright and breezy day today. It's the 15th of May and I'm down at Hartland Quay. You might have recognised it. Regular stomping ground of mine. And I'm going to walk to Welcombe Mouth, which is about 5.5 miles down the coast path. Followed by, unfortunately, a return along the same route. I'm sure there are some inland routes, but that's what I'm going to do anyway. It's just for a bit of a workout, get some exercise. So 11 miles on the coast path. Certainly this section of the coast path is quite a physical workout, so hopefully you will see. I've got to be back anyway for 5 because Gabby's at the doctor's. She had her operation on her knee last Wednesday. Just bear with me a second. Yeah, she had her operation on her knee, so she's actually struggling even more just at the moment. So she'll be on crutches for another 4 weeks, I think, but importantly should now start to get better. They've tidied things up, removed some cartilage, scraped a load of calcium off the joint, so while she's very sore, it's the first steps of the road to recovery. So she's at home, but I've got to take her to the doctor. She's having a dressing change, etc. So yeah, this is an amazing coastline, as you may be aware. It's really wild and rugged, and it's a cold morning this morning. It's bright, but a bit chillier than I thought, and I haven't brought a hat, which is a bit stupid. But hopefully you'll enjoy this little day walk. If you stick with me as well, I've got some news later, which may or may not be of interest to you, but it's pretty big news as far as I'm concerned. So I will hold that for now, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.
I wanna grow old with you. me close. Promise you won't let go. I'm nothing without you. I don't know what I would do without you. You're the one I choose. I wanna grow old with you. I'm nothing without you. I don't know what I would do without you. Do without you. Do without you. You. Do without you. Do without you.
The sea fret is out in abundance today. Well, at this time of the year, it's absolutely fabulous.
Please wait up for me tonight. I'll be straight over afterward this time. We can greet the morning light. It started out like a flame, but for me it has turned into something else completely. Yes, I see something in our future. I hope I'm not mistaken or blind, 'cause I can see us having the same last name, our wedding picture in a silver frame. I see all this for us. I'll bring a nice bottle of wine, that Zinfandel you like. We can pour it like there's no tomorrow.
So this rocky beach, which I'll show you in a sec, was the site of a shipwreck in 1962. A fleet auxiliary ship was being towed to Cardiff by a tug for refit. Stormy weather dragged them towards the shore. The tug couldn't hold onto the boat anymore, so I had to release it. It's called the Green Ranger. And then the Green Ranger smashed onto the rocks. The 7 crew though were all saved by lifeguards, the RNLI, doing the job. Fantastic. And you won't be able to see from here on this camera lens, but there are lumps of rusty metal all over this section of the rocks. Yeah, so at least there was no casualties. Is where we saw the waterfall. Welcombe Mouth is the turnaround point of today's walk, so another 3 miles, 6 miles just to get back here. And Elmscott is where I stayed when I did the Southwest Coast Path 2 years ago. I stayed in the garden of the youth hostel where I camped. Good memories. So the path hereabouts is quite narrow and overgrown, but what you can't really see down there is it's really muddy and slippery. We're just 2 weeks away from summer now, nearly. Yeah, about 2 weeks from beginning of June, and paths are still really muddy. Legacy of a wet spring, and despite that, here in North Devon there's a hosepipe ban, which is absolutely outrageous. Yeah, as I was saying, absolutely ridiculous. There were terrible floods just last week in Somerset and North Devon. Such was the torrential rain we had. But if I want to water my rhododendrons, I'll get a fine. Yeah, these people are taking enormous profits, taking them out of the country because the water companies are generally foreign owned. I can't use another provider because it's a monopoly. And chief execs are getting enormous bonuses for releasing untreated waste into the seas and rivers. You couldn't make it up, could you? Anyway, that's the end of my political rant. Speak to you soon. So, walking with the sun behind me, so ordinarily I'd be in a lot of shadow, but I've got a little light on my GoPro today, just for vlogging. It's not very strong and it's softened, so whether that's making much of an impact I don't know. But yeah, it's a gift from Gabby, very kind of her. And I'm also using what GoPro call the Volta, which is a device for adding extra battery power to your GoPro. It's a handle for holding the GoPro. It's got a little tripod built in so you can put it down and do your walkthroughs and things like that. And it's also a remote control, so I control it from the handle now rather than from the camera. But importantly is the battery power. It's supposed to treble the amount of power you get from my new Enduro batteries as well. So the problems I had last time with batteries not working in the morning and having to be changed 2 or 3 times during the day hopefully should be behind me now, so we'll see. But it's good stuff. Just enjoy playing with my toys, you know what those boys are like. Speak to you soon. Ooh, a bit breezy on this section.
No worries or sorrows in the world right now. It started out like a simple thing, but soon took off on its own wings.
This is Embury Beacon, which is the highest point of today's walk, which I will be passing twice. But it did used to be a hill fort, as that picture shows. But unfortunately the hill fort is disappearing into the sea.
Mistaken or blind, 'cause I can see us having the same last name. Our wedding picture in a silver frame. I see all this for us, for us.
That's Welcombe Mouth. Quite a descent down to the beach there, but that's where I'm heading. Steep descent now to Welcombe Mouth. Lovely waterfalls, stepping stones. I'm going to head down onto the beach. Speak to you soon. beach here at Welcombe Mouth. It's quite remarkable because Gabby and I came here, I think it was January. It's probably the last thing Gabby did. It absolutely wrecked her knees on these pebbles. But we went into a cave, and I've got some pictures of us in that cave, which I will perhaps show you on now. But the cave's gone, and I don't know whether there's been a landslide, which is quite scary in a way. There is a small cave over there, but I'm sure it was bigger than that because I can't get in that one, and we were stood up in it at the mouth of it, as the photographs show. So it's just more evidence of the changing coastline, what a winter can do. Just glad we wasn't in the cave when it happened. Anyway, the reason I've got you here is I mentioned earlier that I would have some news, some breaking news. It's Monday today, the 15th, and you'll only see this after the 19th, because on the 19th, Gabby and I, to everybody's surprise, I'm sure, are getting married. Nobody knows. There's only two witnesses, our best friends of 30 years, Nick and Sandra Fox, kind of coming down to witness it. I'm going to have a nice quiet day with a very short ceremony and a bit of lunch and a glass of champagne maybe, and then we're going to tell everybody. So I apologise in advance to anybody who isn't there, but we just wanted a quiet arrangement. Sad thing is, only 4 or 5 days ago Gabby had surgery on her knee which she couldn't turn down, so it means she's, as well as giving up a big day, which she wasn't overly bothered about, but there's certain things in life you look forward to, certainly as a woman. Not only is she giving up the big ceremony, she's also going to be getting married on crutches. So I really feel for her. It's not probably the day that she envisaged many years ago. And even worse than that, she's marrying me, not somebody who is way more worthy of it. If ever the phrase punching was appropriate, it's a good way to describe me and Gabby. She's definitely punching. No, I'm definitely punching. But I am looking forward to it. I am excited about it. We've been engaged for probably 12, 13 years, been together for nearly 16 years. So it's about time we got on with it. And despite all that time together, the day we picked, it's just a week after she's had major knee surgery. So she'll be able to get in, hobble in on crutches, but at least she's not in a wheelchair, but it could have been better. Nevertheless, that's the breaking news. The Glum hiker is going to be the Glum married hiker. So that's it. Speak to you soon. So there's a little cave here. That's definitely not the one that we went in. We could stand up at it. Gabby crawled in. Not sure she didn't crawl in, she walked in. So either this is it and it's filled up with stones, brought in by the tide, but I don't think it was. It was bigger than this. I'm sure it's one round the corner that has collapsed. I've crawled in it now. It's only a little thing. I've got to climb back up there now. Gotta make a start. In the middle there, the high point of the cliff edge, is Embury Beacon that I pointed out earlier. Previously was a hill fort, and you can see how it's crumbling away into the sea. But gotta say, those ancient Britons, they would have had a good view from their living room. Stunning. I think that gives a better view of it. Erosion Central. It's a shame. Rising sea levels. Global warming. We're all guilty of contributing to it. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. It's just sad. Don't know whether you can see that, but these are the earthworks of this Embury Beacon. It's sort of like a crater ridge all the way around. When they built their hill forts, they moved the earth to put a bank around it. They might have put a fence, thick fence on it as well. You can hardly see now, but it just feels like a bit of a crater. It's Lundy in the distance. It's always in the picture on these North Devon coast walks. Amazing. Just been talking to a guy called Mike, who is a serial backpacker, wild camper, long distance walker, and funnily I passed him 2 days ago when I was out on my bike, and he was on the Tyker Trail near Barnstaple, and I stopped and said, are you doing the coastal walk? And he said, yeah. And I said, oh yeah, I've done it, I think you'll love it. And he said, oh great. Anyway, I saw him coming towards me again today. It's only 2 days ago. He's come a long way in 2 days. But I had a bit more of a chat with him today, and he's done Land's End to John O'Groats, and he's ticking off all the national trails in the UK. So he's currently doing the Southwest Coast Path, and he'll probably do it in about 30-35 days. he does 20 odd mile plus days most days, so similar age to me, but carrying a lot less weight, which is probably understandable. But yeah, had a nice chat with him. He's carrying a big load of photography equipment. He says he takes loads of photographs, hardly ever looks at them. When he can no longer go walking, he's going to sort them all out. He's got thousands and thousands, but yeah, takes all kinds, I guess. And he was a nice bloke, but yeah, proper walker. Yeah, well, I wish him well. All the best, Mike. Speak to you soon.
Marine shoots across the sea as I leave. One piece of sea, a dream lingers here inside of me. Still ink from your hands, still lost in deep. Pretty face, you don't have to hold me, just admit that you owe me, you owe me. Pretty face, I can tell.
So I'm going to go on to that little pimple there just to see if it opens up any new views. See you in a minute. Oh,
One custom armchair,
there you go.
worn to the nub, that's me now. Oh, you know I'm different, no, I'm rippled somehow.
Fabulous. Okay, so I'm back at the car park. It's 11.5 miles of beautiful coastal walk. Quite tiring, good workout, lots of hills. The most memorable part of it was the sea fret. Beautiful purpley lilac flowers that are in absolute bloom at the moment. Yeah, lovely. So I'll say goodbye, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.
Still ink from your head.